this is Tomlin from TomlinHarmonicaLessons.com, and today I'm going to answer a very important question, which is, do you have to hold your harmonica in your left hand? The answer is no. All right, before I tell you a little bit more, if you want to support the channel, then please hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell icon next to it so you get notified when I put out a new harmonica video every Wednesday. Okay, so the answer to the question was no. We don't have to hold the harmonica in our left hands. But why do harmonica players traditionally do this? I think that's the important thing to remember. And the reason is that you want to easily be able to cup the lower end of the harmonica. So that's holes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that you can get a nice deep wah sound when you're playing, like this. If I was holding in my right hand and trying to do the same thing, it just loses its impact, okay? So that is why it's traditionally held in the left hand with the numbers going from 1 to 10 left to right. It just makes it easier to do those wah effects and get a really nice seal around the low end of the harmonica where the wah is most pronounced, where it sounds the deepest and meatiest. And that doesn't mean that you can't kind of get wah on all the notes. It just sounds better down there. So that's why traditionally it's held in the left hand. So if you wanted to hold it in the right hand, what would you need to do? Well, what you'd need to do is you'd need to hold it upside down as well. And you might be thinking, whoa, this is totally nuts. And I agree with you. I think it's nuts, but that's just because I'm used to holding it a certain way. But I've had a bunch of students who hold it in their right hand upside down, and there are players out there who hold it upside down. People like Lee Sankey, he plays harmonica upside down, and he is just unbelievably good on the instrument. So there's no downside to holding it upside down. I think it's just a question of what feels logical and natural to you. For me, I'm totally locked into this mindset of lower notes are on my left-hand side and higher notes are on my right-hand side. I play guitar, I play a little bit of piano. That's just how I visualize these things. So it wouldn't make sense for me. But some people don't visualize things that way, and that's totally fine. So you need to make an adjustment. If you are playing holding it in your right hand, then you need to flip the harmonica upside down so that you then get the low notes on the right hand side so you can do the cup. This feels so weird for me. I don't think I can do a cup like this, but we'll try. So it's not my best cup, it feels different, but that's what you would need to do if you wanted to hold it in the right hand. Now I've told you why you want to hold it in the left hand or the right hand, so that you can get that hand wah. Let's talk a little bit about the hand wah and how to get started learning how to do it. So the most important thing is not the movement, it's the seal. So the way to get a really strong hand wah effect is to make sure that you start with a nice airtight seal around the harmonica. That's super important. So I start with my left hand holding like this between index finger and thumb. And what I try and do is I try to keep the index finger and the thumb at the same distance along the harmonica. A lot of people end up with this position, like this, which makes your elbow stick out to the side, which makes it really, really difficult. So if you just pull your index finger back and slide your thumb along, you'll find it a lot easier to get them in the same place. Your elbow can hang down and we can start getting this cup. The next bit is wrapping your fingers round behind the harmonica to get a nice kind of cup shape here, okay? So I'm keeping my fingers all together, but they're quite loose together. So there aren't any gaps between them, but I'm not holding with tension. And that's really crucial, is that idea of relaxing so that your fingers kind of mold together a little bit more. The next step is bringing your right hand up and joining at the wrists underneath the harmonica. So a lot of people come round from here and that makes it really difficult. Start from underneath and wrap round so that your palm is closing this gap here and holding your fingers closed and we've got the thumb coming around the front of the harmonica, and here we should have a nice deep wah, not wah, seal. So there you can hear that my 2 draw is quite muted, and if I open my hand, you can hear that there's a difference in tone. And one myth that I'm going to dispel immediately, I'm not doing anything different with my mouth. I'm just holding a 2 draw. Okay, that's really important. A lot of people try and get the wah by saying wah. And while I feel that that's a good way to emphasize the wah, it's not the way to get the foundation of it. That's all in the seal, okay? So this is going to take you ages to get comfortable with, and it's something that I talk about at length in my online courses and in other lessons. So I'll link up, I've got a free lesson on YouTube, which I'll link up in the description below, and above there'll be a little link popping up. And I also teach it more in depth in my online harmonica school courses, in my practice guide curriculum. So if you want to find out a little bit more about some more formal teaching on the harmonica, then I suggest you check out my online harmonica school, where I give you step-by-step guidance, as well as feedback on your playing, weekly Q&A sessions, and a bunch of other cool practice resources. And you can find out all about that by clicking on the link in the description below as well. And before you run away, if you've enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I upload a new video every Wednesday all about harmonica. All right, take it easy and happy harping.